Hello everyone, and thank you for coming. I hope that you are ready to learn about some cool clocks. In this tour, you will get to learn more about old clocks, new clocks, big clocks, and small clocks. Now, Anthony will be passing out some small pieces of paper so that if during this tour you have a question, you can write it down so that you won't forget it. We will take questions at the end of the tour. Now, we will start with one of the oldest clocks in time-telling history. Brandon, take it away.
Okay, I would love to. And my clock is the astrolabe. The astrolabe was invented in 200 BCE by a Greek astronomer and mathematician who was named Hipparchus, who lived in Nicaea, which was in Asia Minor. How do you work the astrolabe? Well, you pick it up by the ring and aim the alidade or ruler towards the sun. The ruler is right here. And you point it towards the sun. If the sun is right there, you would point it, and then it would see through its sights. And then you would put the alidade, which is the same, to put it in the same direction the ruler is toward, and then it will tell you a bunch of things using zodiac, numbers, and all sorts of stuff like that. The ruler is there's a moving part on the inside surface of the astrolabe. Next, hold the astrolabe horizontally, turn the dial to move past both the degree that you found and the current date. So if the date is April 3rd, which it already is, and the degree you found was 30, the dial called the rete would be the rim, right here, should be lined up against this line. The number the rete points to along the outer rim will tell you the current time, but the numbers go from 0 to 23 instead of 1 to 12 twice a day. For example, 15 is 3 p.m. That's all about the astrolabe. Damon, take it away.
Thank you, Randon. My clock is the sundial. Something about the sundial is that it's the world's oldest clock in time-telling history. No one knows who invented the sundial. All we know is that the sundial was invented by the Egyptians or the Greeks. As you can tell by its name, it uses the sun to tell time. The sun shines over the fin, and the shadow points to the number on the dial to determine the time. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the sundial. Now, Eiley, will you tell us more about your clock?
Thank you, Damon. Your clock sure is interesting. My clock is the fourth clock ever made, the hourglass, also known as the sand clock. The hourglass was made in 1200 AD when a man named Ludobrand invented it. He invented it in Chartres, France. He made it because he wanted a device to measure the passage of time. The hourglass is made up of two glass bulbs, connected vertically by a narrow neck. That lets a regulated trickle of material, usually sand, flow from the upper bulb to the lower one. I think that the hourglass is really cool. That is why I chose to learn about it. Now, Alana, would you like to let us learn about your clock?
I sure would. My clock is the long case clock, or the tall pendulum clock, but most commonly known as the grandfather clock. The grandfather clock was made in the year 1670 in Lincolnshire, England, by a man of the name William Clement. He got the idea when in 1660 the English made the wag on the wall. It had a 10-inch pendulum and a case about 6 feet in length. And some things tend to get better and better with time, so the pendulum got longer. In 1670, William Clement introduced the Roy pendulum. Not quite the grandfather clock, but still very exciting. The pendulum was about 39 inches in length and took a full second to swing back and forth. From top to bottom, the clock was just over 7 feet tall. But then, to show off the clock's pendulum, glass panels were eventually added. So that is about the grandfather clock. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, Anthony is feeling a bit shy today, but that is alright because I would love to tell you about his clock for him. So, Anthony's clock is the digital alarm clock, the newest clock you will be learning about from us. The digital alarm clock was invented in by a German factory in 1893 and 1894. The first patent for the digital alarm clock was registered by D.E. Potzan and others on October 23, 1956 in the United States. That is all on the digital alarm clock. Thank you for taking a tour with us, everyone. Now, does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you.